The new Xiaomi Mi A1 is priced at 14,999 rupees and the Moto G5S Plus is priced at 15,999 rupees. Should you spend that extra 1,000 rupees for the G5S Plus or just go for the Mi A1? Let's find out. Starting with the design of the Mi A1, this is the most premium Android One smartphone we have got so far. From the back, the Mi A1 looks iPhone-like. The antenna lines run along the top and bottom edges while the device is rounded at the corners. On the other hand, the body of the Moto G5S Plus is a single piece of aluminium that makes for a more solid feel. It is a slim design and light enough to not be a hindrance when kept in your pocket. The fingerprint scanner on the Mi A1 is placed at the back and the one on the Moto G5S Plus is on the front. The fingerprint sensor on both the devices works well. When it comes to the build quality, both the phones are well built and we would call this a tie. The Mi A1, however, is slightly more ergonomic when compared to the Moto G5S Plus. The Moto G5S Plus is slightly wide for our liking, but that may not be the case for you. Both the smartphones have 5.5-inch Full HD displays. Let's talk about the display on the Mi A1. Color tones are balanced, but lack the punch that we have come to expect from the company's devices. It is not a colorful display and feels somewhat sticky to touch. The display on the Moto G5S Plus is identical to the Moto G5 Plus in terms of color saturation and touch performance. Touch response is good and the display is resistant to fingerprints as well, so it does not feel sticky when swiping across screens or apps. Both the smartphones come with Android Nougat out of the box. The Xiaomi Mi A1 comes with Android One OS and the Moto G5S Plus comes with near-to-stock Android UI. Once again, when it comes to the UI, both the phones are stock, making the UI a tie. The display of the Mi A1 has oversaturated colors, which some may appreciate. On the other hand, the Moto G5S Plus has a better screen to touch. Overall, the Moto has the advantage with touch, but the difference is not substantial enough to qualify it as the winner. Let's get to the most anticipated part, the dual camera comparison. Both the smartphones feature dual rear camera setups. The Mi A1 comes with a 12 megapixel plus 12 megapixel setup and the G5S Plus comes with a 13 megapixel plus 13 megapixel setup. Both the cameras support the bokeh mode feature. The Mi A1 has a 5 megapixel selfie camera and the G5S Plus has an 8 megapixel selfie camera. The camera app on the Mi A1 is custom designed by Xiaomi and works seamlessly enough. That said, we did slight details in autofocus which increases with deteriorating light conditions. As a result, low light photos can sometimes be blurry and they take considerable time to process. In fact, even with dual cameras, the Mi A1 does not really set a benchmark as far as camera prowess is concerned. The Moto G5S Plus actually doesn't make for a big surprise over the G5 Plus. On well-lit conditions, the Moto G5S Plus produces nice details and crisp colors. Dynamic range is low on auto mode, but the HDR mode is quite useful. Even low-light images are reasonably well detailed with decent colors. That said, we have clicked better photos with its predecessor often, and the Moto G5S Plus also overexposed photos sometimes. Here is a quick look at some of the images shot with both the cameras. So to sum it up, both the smartphones have nice cameras. However, you can only make the most of portrait mode in well-lit situations on either camera. Both the smartphones are not great for low-light photography, especially when you consider the fact that they have a dual camera setup. If we had to choose, Xiaomi has a slightly better camera overall with color and details. Both the smartphones run on the Snapdragon 625 platform and have 4 GB of RAM with 64 GB of internal storage. The Mi A1 is lag-free and sufficiently fast. It is not a powerhouse by any length of imagination, but it's dependable to say the least. Gaming performance is good with minor lags from time to time. The only real issue is that the phone heats up just enough for you to be uncomfortable while gaming for long periods. As with many Motorola phones, the Moto G5S Plus presents a fluid stock Android experience with minimum lags. App load times are reasonably low and in-app performance does not raise a lot of questions. It is not an out-and-out fast phone, but the Moto G5S Plus would suffice most use cases. The Mi A1 comes with a 3050 mAh battery and the G5S Plus comes with a 3000 mAh battery. In practical terms, the battery on the Mi A1 translates to just 11 hours runtime on the PC Mark Work 2.0 battery test. That ranks the Mi A1 amongst the better battery performers amongst the budget devices. The Moto G5S Plus does last a work day, which, though sufficient, is not the best you can get in this price segment. You will usually get by with a charge every night, while heavier users will need a quick top-up during the day. For real-world usage, both the smartphones are at a tie when it comes to battery life and performance. Overall, the only clear advantage the Xiaomi has is a slightly better camera overall. But once again, the difference is not so great to call it the absolute clear winner. Considering the features on offer and the price tag of both the devices, it is hard to recommend one over the other. They both have almost the same pros and cons. Since both bring with it the promise of timely OS updates for the next year at the very least, you can't go wrong with either. At this point, it is a matter of choosing the brand you prefer. So what do you think about this comparison? Comment down below and don't forget to like and share this video.